Hi, it's me, Betty B, and I'm here with another Digital Delights and Betty B Designs project for you tonight. And I wanted to share with you how to make an acetate treat holder. This can be done for many different times of the year, but of course with Halloween being here with us, this is a really fun time. Let's get started. You're going to need to have a 8.5 by 3.5 inch piece, 8.25 by 3.5 inch piece of acetate. And this is the kind that you buy in the office supply store. And we're going to stamp the image on it before we get started. And I used Stays On and a small Halloween image, and I just random stamped it, and I avoided the last 1/2 inch on the right hand side because that piece is going to fold over when we finish with our folding it up. The other piece you're going to need is two 3-inch squares, and this is going to be the top and the bottom of your box. You're going to need three 8.5 inch long pieces that are going to be your accent pieces and your belly band. And of course you're going to need a Digital Delights image that you have downloaded, and this one says eat, drink, and be scary. And in my Word program I just changed the ink so that it printed right out in this pretty purple, and then I used a color so that I could go ahead and distress it after I tore it so that it had this really cool edge. Hey, you're going to need a paper trimmer and a folder, and in my case I prefer to use, with acetate, I prefer to use a stylus as opposed to a bone folder, only because I can get a little bit more pressure in it. Okay, this piece of acetate, as I said, is 8.25 inches long. This one is 3.5 inches tall. It doesn't matter if it's 3.5, 4 inches, however you like it. Now we're going to score at just slightly under 2 inches, 1 15/16. How's that sound? And we're going to get a hold of the small end of my stylus here and give it a good impression. Got a good impression right there, and now I'm going to be able to fold, get a nice straight crease right along that line. See how that is? And it doesn't make it smoky if you give it that real good score line. Okay, we're going to go ahead and repeat that and move that score line over to 1 15/16. Make sure you're squared up. If not, your box won't fit together right. Give it another good scoring. Fold and repeat. Okay, and you're going to do that all the way across your box. Yours is going to have your images on it first, so I'm going to go ahead now and show you what it looks like as we fold it up. Don't be shy. Give it a good old crease there because you want nice sharp corners on your box. And the last one is the tab that's going to come around and be secured. Very cool. Okay, we want to take the 3-inch piece, and now we're going to score it just under 1/2 inch. And I'm going to put it over here, score just slightly under that 1/2 inch mark. Rotate, score. There we go. Make sure they're straight, because if not, your box will be funny. Take your scissors and cut only this little corner right here into the score line. Rotate right, cut on the right. Rotate right, cut on the right. Rotate right, cut on the right, and you're done. Now fold up all the score lines. And you'll now use your score tape and put it only on the tabs. Ta-da! We have a completed box, top and bottom. Now we're ready to go back with our piece here, add score tape all the way along the bottom of the outside of the box. By the way, when I added my witches onto this one, I had added spider webs and spiders to the other one. I did it on the inside of the box, and I avoided, as I said, this 1/2 inch mark out here on this side, just so that my patterns didn't overlap. It makes it just a really cool look. Now on the tab, I put my score tape on the inside. You can use red line tape, you can use whatever double stick tape you like. And fold over very carefully. I like to sneak up on it so that I'm sure that this inside edge is straight. Then let it fold over on itself, because you got 2 pieces of that score tape that want to get on top of each other. And boy, once it's scored, it's stuck. Okay, now we're going to take these box bottom pieces, and it fits just right inside of this box, and slide it down inside the box. And then I just use my stylus to make sure that it presses all the way up against the edges, and it will hold. And it's a very, very cool box. Ta-da! Now, we'll take the trim that you have, and if you have punched a trim, you can do that. That's what I did here. I used the spider web border, and I'm going to use liquid glue. Add my liquid glue right along the bottom edge, and add my trim right here. Let's let that come around and trim it off. Then we'll do the same thing and add a belly band. But I want to show you how to put the top on, like so, and add the ribbon. Let me go back to this one and show you that the ribbon, while that one is drying, the ribbon goes through the acetate here and through the lid, and then the lid can pull up and out of the way so you can get the treats. So you're going to put your lid in place, use a Sharpie, mark where you want it to go, remove it, use a hole punch, punch your hole, put it back on the box, mark through the hole where it's supposed to be. Take the hole punch and mark the hole, punch the hole through there. Then you're going to take your ribbon, go through the lid first, and from the outside to the inside, you pull your ribbon through, tie a very simple knot, because it's not going to pull back through if you're using just a small hole punch, not a big one. And then you repeat on the other side, and that will make this type of a closure. And then you add your belly band using dimensionals. You add your Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. It's going to look like when I have the opportunity to put everything on and fill it with candy. Thank you so much for coming by today. Trick or treat from Betty B. Thanks. Bye-bye.